Find out where joy resides and give it a voice far beyond singing. And Mr. Rooster agrees with me. Robert Louis Stevenson wrote that, and there's actually an expanded version of that quote that I also like. It says, "And the true realism, always and everywhere, is that of the poets. To find out where joy resides and give it a voice far beyond singing. For to miss the joy is to miss all." You know, sometimes, and I'm talking about myself, we spend far too much time trying to figure out the whys and wherefores of this universe and, you know, what we're supposed to be doing on the planet or how it all works or the meaning of life or the right path or the right systems. We spend a lot of time on that, thinking it through and having it make sense and having it be logical and having it reconcile, which is like kind of ridiculous when you're faced with the earth and the universe as a whole, which is completely irreconcilable. It's just is what it is, and it's messy and beautiful. And you can spend so much time doing that, again, talking about myself, that you just miss the joy. And things like kindness and integrity never go out of style. Whatever system you're in, whatever version of the universe you're working with, kindness and integrity and a few things like that, freedom, are always going to be called for. So it might be okay just to stick with those in the first place. You know, you could have a man who is a theologian and or a scientist and who can, you know, talk about different texts and different histories, and I do like doing that kind of thing, but how has he gotten any farther than the man? And I have this little image in my mind, and I think of a man, and he's lived his life, you know, maybe next to the earth and been a farmer. It doesn't matter, it's just my image. And, you know, he comes home to his wife, he gives her a kiss, they spend time together, they spend time with the kids, they get out, they do music, they, you know, he's honest with his neighbors, he's, everybody likes to be around him, and, you know, maybe he can't even read, maybe he doesn't even know how to read. But just the way he behaves in his sphere is, you know, I call that, he got it in one. The rest of us are scrambling with ideas, but he just lives, and he found the joy, and he found the love, and he got it in one. And how would knowing more about what he could read or talk about endlessly, or, you know, what about the measurement of the stars, how would that add to what he's living? It won't, other than, I mean, some of those things are fun for themselves. Like, I like reading as a joy. But if you spend your entire life on the search and you never rest and just live in what you may have found along the way, and I also call it, Hello Mochi. Kitty. He found it in one. Okay. What? So I also have the image of, you know, there are people who will spend their entire life trying to figure out the plumbing and never turn on the faucet and die of thirst. And there are those who never figure out the plumbing. You know, it's just not their thing, or they don't have time. But they turn on the faucet every day and get all the water they want. You know what I mean? So find out where the joy resides and give it a voice far beyond singing in your sphere of life. And don't always worry about figuring it out. Just breathe and live and be. And you will have got it in one. Turn on the faucet.